Start. Hi students, this is the second part of the DAC interface. In this video, we will generate a triangular wave. Okay, and we interface a DAC interface, same DAC interface which I used for square wave. The same interface I am using. I have connected the DAC IC to the port 2, and this entire circuitry is represented by this expression. Whatever I explained in the square wave generation, it remains the same. Okay, but only difference here is that here whatever the value supplied by the microcontroller through port 2 differs, and according to these values the waveform changes. So let's understand how these values are fed from the microcontroller to the DAC to generate the triangular wave. Okay, so we have been asked to generate a triangular wave of frequency 50 Hz and amplitude 5 volts. Okay, let's understand how this 5 volts is generated. So we understood in the previous class that if at all I fed 00 to the DAC, it will generate a 0 volts, and if at all I supply FF, it will generate 10 volts because the reference voltage is 10 volts. Okay, but I require, in this case, I require 5 volts. I will divide this 10 volts by 5, hence I have to divide this FF by 2. This I will divide this 10 by 2, and in turn I will divide this FF by 2, which will give my value as 7F, which means 127. Okay, and 127 represents 5 volts and 00 represents 0 volts. So hence here there is a 0, so this is represented by 00H, and this is 5 volts, this is represented by 7FH. Okay, but this voltage level is divided into, this 0 to 5 volts voltage level is divided into 127 voltage levels like this. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on up to 127. This division is why, because at every level I require a value. At every level I require a value. Unlike in square wave, I had only 2 voltage values. I had only 0 volts and I had only 5 volts. There is no intermediate voltage values, but here in triangular wave I have intermediate values also. See here in square wave I had only 2 voltage levels, 0 voltage level and a 5 voltage, I mean this is actually 10 voltage level. These were the only 2 voltage values which I had in the square wave, but here I have many voltage levels, hence I will divide this 0 to 5 volts into 127 voltage levels. Okay. Now coming to frequency, they have asked to design of 50 Hz. When I consider 50 Hz frequency, the time will be of 20 milliseconds. Okay. This 20 milliseconds is the one complete clock cycle. So one complete clock cycle, total time is 20 milliseconds. Okay. Every 20 milliseconds there should be a triangular wave has to be generated. That is the meaning of 50 Hz frequency. As you can see that in this complete total time 20 milliseconds, there is a rise time and there is a fall time, or else we can say that there is a rising edge and falling edge will be there in a triangular wave. I will divide this rising edge and falling edge as rising time and falling time, which I will divide equally among these two times, that is time rising and time falling is equal to 10 milliseconds. And I will divide this 10 milliseconds into 127 voltage levels. As I explained here, I will divide this 0 to 5 volts into 127 voltage levels, giving me a delay of 78.74 microseconds. Okay, this is the delay which I require, okay, in order to generate the triangular wave. Okay, you understand, this is the concept. What I am trying to explain here is, triangular wave when I generate, it will be like this. So 0 to 5 volts. So I'll start with 0 volts. I'll generate a delay of 78.74 microseconds. This is the delay, and I'll increase the voltage level to 1. Okay, this is my 1, and I'll again generate a delay of 78.74 microseconds. Okay, then I'll increment the voltage value to 2, and again I will generate a delay of 78.74 microseconds, and I'll increment the voltage level to 3, and again I'll generate a delay of 78.74 microseconds. Like this I go on continuing until it is 127, giving me a voltage value of 5 volts. Okay, this is what I'll do for rising edge. Okay, same thing, I'll start from 127, I'll reduce the delay to 126, and I'll generate a delay of 78.74 microseconds, and again I'll decrement to 125, and I'll generate a delay, and again I'll decrement to 124, again I'll generate a delay. So like this I'll go on doing it until it reaches 0. Okay, so by this it will be of 10 milliseconds, and this is of 10 milliseconds. This is how actually the triangular wave looks if at all we expand on time scale. If at all we expand, this is how it looks. But when the time scale is reduced, you will get an edge like this. Okay, this is how I generate a triangular wave. This is the concept behind the triangular wave, and this is why I divide the voltage level 0 to 5 volts into 127 voltage levels, and I'll increment these voltage levels between 10 milliseconds to rising the edge, and 10 milliseconds for falling edge. Okay, and this is the delay which I got it in order to rise and fall the edges. So 78.74 microseconds. When I divide the total time required for rising edge or falling edge divided by 127 voltage levels, when I divide this time, this 10 milliseconds time between 127 voltage levels, I require to generate a delay of 78.74 microseconds. Okay, now let's calculate the timer values. Okay, TH and TL values for the delay 78.74 microseconds. In order to calculate the values, I will be operating the timer T1 in mode 1, that is 16-bit timer, to calculate the values of TH and TL to generate a 78.74 microseconds delay. So I will use 11.0592 as my crystal frequency, which will be of 1.085 microseconds. When I divide the required time divided by time of one machine cycle, it will give me 72.57, which I will approximate to 73. This is my total number of counts, total number of machine cycle counts in order to generate a delay of 78.74 microseconds. When I subtract it by maximum value of FFF, that is 65,536 minus 73, it will be 65,463, which is equal to FFBC. So this higher byte I will load in TH, and this lower byte I load in TL in order to generate a delay of 78.74 microseconds. Okay, this is the delay between each voltage levels. This is the delay between 127 voltage levels to rise the edge to 5 volts and to make the edge fall to 0 volts, between 0 to 5 volts. Okay, this is about the calculation and the concept behind how the triangular wave is generated out of the DAC IC. Okay, now coming to the program. Okay, see here, I'll start with the program at the origin memory location 000H. T mode is loaded with 10H. It means that timer 1, 16-bit timer, I am selecting. Next, move accumulator contents with 00. This is the first voltage level. This is the first voltage level. Then I transfer the accumulator contents to port 2. Port 2 is what I have used to interface the 8051 my DAC IC. So I am sending the accumulator values to the port 2. Then immediately I will call it delay program, which is of 78.74 microseconds delay which it will generate. So I'll jump to here, and here I have loaded 0FF and B7 which I calculated here. After loading the TH and TL registers, I'll start my timer by setting the bit TR1. I'll start my timer and I will wait. I'll stay here in this line until this crosses FF to 00. Once this count reaches FF and crosses the FF value to 000, at time TF flag will be set. Until that it will be in this line. The program will remain in this line. Once this crossover happens, timer flag is set and this condition fails. So we need to jump if not bit. Okay, jump if not bit until it is here. Until it is set, it will be here only. Until it is not set, it will be here only. Once it is set, it will come out. This condition fails and it will come out. After that, I'll clear the timer and I'll clear the timer flag and then I'll return. I'll return to the main program after the call instruction. So here what I'm doing here, increment accumulator. So accumulator contents were 00, now it will become 01. Then I'll compare the accumulator contents with ATH. Why this ATH is 7F is what I need to count maximum to reach the 5 volts. Okay, 7F is the value which is to reach the 5 volts. So after that it will become 80. So until 7F I will be incrementing and I'll compare with the ATH. Okay, after the 7F it is ATH. It is not means it will go back to the rise. Again I transfer this 01 to the port 2 and again I will call a delay of 78.74 microseconds. Again increment to 2. Then compare, still it is not 80, so it will transfer to the port 2. Then I'll increment 03 and so on. I'll go on supplying these incremented values to the port 2 until it is 80. Once it is 80, then accumulator contents are compared with ATH. Since they are equal, this condition fails. We will not go to rise. We will come out of the loop. Here there is a decrement accumulator. So here ATH is decremented by 1, that is 7F. It will become 7F. So again it means 5 volts. Again we will start from 5 volts. So move accumulator contents to port 2. So port 2 is what I have interfaced to the DAC. Then call delay of 78.74 microseconds. Here I am comparing the accumulator contents with 00. So this 7F value it goes on decrementing to 7E, 7D, 7C and so on until it is 00. This loop will be repeated. Okay, means it is generating the falling edge of the triangular wave. Okay, this part of the program will generate the rising edge of the triangular wave, whereas this part of the program will generate the falling edge of the triangular wave. Here I am incrementing from 00, here I am decrementing from the 7F. Okay, every time I increment or decrement, I will generate a delay of 78.74 microseconds. After that, once accumulator values here it reaches to 00, this condition fails and will come out of the loop and there is a S-jump repeat instruction. Here S-jump is an unconditional jump. So we are jumping to the repeat. What is the repeat? Again I am starting from 00. Okay, this entire time period will be repeated infinitely. As this is a unconditional jump, it repeats infinitely, generating the triangular wave continuously. Okay, here I'll show you how to execute the triangular wave program and demonstrate you to generate the triangular wave. So Nitish is my project name, the same project which I used earlier. I have opened that and I have added the triwave.asm. This is my file name, whereas Nitish is my project name. Okay, this is the same program which I wrote on the board to explain. Okay, I'll save it, build it, and I'll check for errors. Here 0 errors, so I'll debug. So you can see that port 2 is what I have used. So when I execute, okay, the accumulator contents are fed, and you can see that here all these values starting from 1, 2, 3. So every time there is a value fed to the port 2, there will be a delay of 78.74 microseconds. Okay, now program is running and it has generated the hex file. Now I have to load the hex file onto the kit so that the triangular wave is generated. My COM port is COM24, which I have to select, and I have to load the project hex file. My project is Nitish, hence the project file is nitish.hex. Open and program it. So here it is showing that chip verification successful, hence the program is successfully loaded onto the kit. So coming to the kit, in the kit, this is the connection which you have to make. Okay, this is the CRO probe and this is the DAC IC which we have interfaced to the port 2 of the microcontroller. Here the black probe of the CRO has to be connected to the ground and this has to be connected to the 5 volts or the source. So here you can see that the waveform is generated, triangular waveform, and it is showing that 40 Hz is the frequency, but we have designed it for 50 Hz, as there will be inconsistency because there are delay generated, so hence it is okay. And we have generated a voltage, we designed it for a voltage for 5 volts and it is giving us 4.72 and it is varying between 4.64 to 72. So this is okay. So this is the triangular wave which we generated out of the program, what we wrote. Thank you.